Hi guys and welcome to Strength Universe. Before we get started, I'd like to say thanks to Alan for suggesting a comparison between Leonidas Arkona, who is a powerlifter and more recently trained and competed in arm wrestling, and he's up against Kirvay, who won an IFBB Pro card at a 2018 NPC Universe and recently competed in his first powerlifting competition. Both athletes are around 6 foot tall and weigh close to 130 kilograms. We start a comparison with the athlete's best gym-based bench press. For Leonidas this is 270 kilograms and for Carl it's slightly heavier at 272. But while these lifts seem close, note that Leonidas received a handoff and is using elbow wraps. When comparing the athletes in competition with similar rules, Carl's superiority becomes more apparent, with Leonidas achieving 250 kilograms at a bench press only competition and Carl pressing 275 kilograms in a full powerlifting meet. Based on these lifts, Carl takes the victory by pressing a 10% heavier weight under similar conditions. Up next we look at a bent over row, where we find Leonidas pulling 260 kilograms compared to Carl's 225. But note that Carl is using considerably better form and demonstrating complete control over the weight throughout the concentric and eccentric phases of the lift, compared to Leonidas, who is doing what appears to be power rows. After considering the difference in the weight being pulled, repetitions and the form being demonstrated, I felt the rows should be listed as a draw, and the results should be left for you to decide by leaving a comment. The bent over row is followed by the deadlift, in which Leonidas has a personal record of 350 kilograms followed by 2 reps of 340, and Carl's PR in this lift is 388 kilograms or 855 pounds, that he achieved without the use of a belt. The win in the deadlift goes to Carl, who pulls a 10.8% heavier PR than Leonidas, and this result is consistent with their competition history. The fourth comparison is a squat, and here both athletes are equally equipped with knee wraps and belts, and both have to walk the weight out of a rack before beginning the lift. However, it should be noted that the wraps used by Leonidas are far longer than permitted in competition, and his depth is slightly questionable. Despite the aforementioned, the win goes to Leonidas, who achieved a 9.1% heavier squat at just 22 years old, and the result shown here is replicated in all of the videos I've watched of both athletes squatting raw and equipped. The penultimate lift is the incline dumbbell press, where we find Leonidas using 100 kg or 220 pound dumbbells, but he receives considerable assistance compared to Carl, who lifts and positions the 91 kg or 200 pound dumbbells himself and receives no assistance throughout the lift. While Leonidas is using 9% heavier dumbbells, he only achieves a single repetition by himself, compared to Carl, who managed almost 7 times the repetitions. After considering this and calculating the total working output achieved by both athletes, the win goes to Kyle. The final comparison is a seated overhead press, in which Leonidas presses a personal record of 210 kilograms, but does so with the use of elbow wraps. Carl also achieves a PR of 5 repetitions, but with a considerably lighter weight. Even taking into account that Leonidas arches his back and is using elbow wraps, I believe that the 34% heavier weight gives him the win, although not by as much as it appears on paper. Overall, the results are very close, with Carl having the better bench press and deadlift and Leonidas taking the squat and overhead press. Both athletes have previously competed in the same weight class in powerlifting, and although Carl has the superior numbers, achieving a 2,188 pound total and a strength coefficient score of 556, these numbers were achieved with the use of knee wraps, which provide a significant advantage. If both athletes competed equally equipped, and of a similar age, I believe that Cole still would have won, but the result would have been much closer. But it'd be great to hear your opinion, so please leave a comment below letting me know who you think is stronger. I've left credits and the athlete's social media links in the description below, so please check those out and give them a follow. And finally, if you enjoyed the video, please help to support my channel by smashing like, sharing the video, and if you haven't done so already, subscribing. Thank you.